भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। Sing with me.
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरि ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः, श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः, श्री गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो गोविन्दा नमो नमः। वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ, निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलाय तनूहरि। साक्षी दीपम शुभम करोतु कल्याणम आरोग्यम सुखसंपदं मम शत्रु विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। सिद्धि बुद्धि प्रदे देवी भुक्ति मुक्ति प्रदायिनी मंत्रमूर्ति सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। We touch our murti of Lord Krishna. And so we pray, Bhagwan, we visualize you through the medium of this Smoothie. And so through this Smoothie, may you accept our worship, may you accept our puja. May you be pleased with us. Adorations and frustrations on today, again and again. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Gayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Bande Paramanandamadavam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govinda Namo Namah Vrindavan Myanilali Ki Jai. We pray for purification. Pavitra Pavitra Sarvavastam Gatopya Yasmarit Pundari Kaksha Sabahayam Tara Suje Sabahayam Tara Suje Snanam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Vasradanam Upavasram Samarpayami. Namo Narayanaya Vidme Vasudevaya Dhimai Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat. Yajñopavitadanam. Om Yena Parivaro Raja Dan Mahabala Yena Tvam Varanami Rakshatu Suru Sreshtam Rakshatu Pratigretam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chandanam Chandanam Sulanitam Deva Kante Chamuktavani Gopa Sri Paridevi Jayate Gopal Churamani. Om Tilakam Punyam Papanashanam Aparaharite Nityam Chandanam Pratigretam Chandanam Samarpyami. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Gandhadwara Duradarsam Nitya Pushpa Karishinim Ishwaram Tamoho Sri Gandhadanam Samarpyami. Gannam Pratigretam Narayanaya Vidmai Vasudevaya Dhimai Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Palimala Dravya, we offer Hardi for purification. Kumkumam Kantim Dipya Kamani Kamat Sambhava. Kumkumam Architam Deva Prasiddha Purushottama. Haridraya Sarvaso Bhagrani Sarvalankara Muktami. Devi Tvam Pratigretam. We offer Sindur, praying for salvation. Sindhuram Shobhanam Rakta Sobhage Priyavardhanam. ताम्रं मोक्षरं चैव सिन्धूरं प्रतिगृहीताम् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय दुर्वदान् ॐ कोमलदानं कोमलदानं समर्पयामि बिल्वदान् ॐ काशीवासी शिवासिनीं कालभैरवपूजाटं कोटिकन्या महादानं बेलपत्रशिवार्पणं नीमदान् ॐ अम्बे अम्बिके अम्बालिके नमानि यति कश्चन सहस्रभद्रकामपीलसभद्रकामपीलवासिनीं जयन्ती काली मङ्गला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा दात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय पुष्पदान we offer mana मल्लित्यारणी सुगन्धिनी मल्लित्यारणी वे प्रभु मायातानि पूजातं पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृहीताम् कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि पुष्पदानं समर्पयामि ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट जन्मे दूर करे ॐ जय जगदीश हरे जो ध्यावे पल पावे दुख बिन से मन का स्वामी दुख बिन से मन सुख संपत्ति घर आवे
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे
कष्ट मिटे तन का
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे
मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण कहो किसकी
स्वामी शरण कहो किसकी
तुम बिन और न दूजा
प्रभु बिन और न पूजा
आस करो जिसकी
जय जगदीश हरे
ॐ 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 नैवेद्यं ब्रह्मर्परं ब्रह्मावे ब्रह्मगनो ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मागतेन घण्टाव्यं ब्रह्मकर्मा समाधिनाम् घृतभक्वं हविषानं पायेश शर्करा नानं सुनैवेद्यं विष्णुर्मे प्रतिगृहीताम् ब्रह्मर्पणं ममस्तु कृष्णार्पणम् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरे श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरे ॐ पुङ्गीफलम्या देवानागबलिदलायुक्त एलालचूर्णाटं ताम्बूलं प्रतिगृहीतां ताम्बूलं समर्पयामि आचमनम् आचमनिम्यादत्त गृहाणा पुरुषोत्तमम् आचमनिम्यादत्त गृहाणा परमेश्वर ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय दक्षिणा हिरण्यागर्भसमवर्तताग्रे भूतस्य जाता पुत्रिकासि सदाधारं पृथिवीं न दक्षिणादानम् अहं करिष्ये शुभं करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदं मम शत्रुविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते. Around it here we place the flowers. जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी मैया जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी. Sing with me everybody. सब आए शरण तिहारे मैया आए शरण तिहारे मैया दे दर्शन महारानी दे दर्शन महारानी. जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी मैया जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी. जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी मैया जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी. लक्ष्मी माता की जय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. This evening, on behalf of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation and all of its members, I take this opportunity to welcome all of those who are listening to us and all of those who are viewing us, and to all of you who are here with us this evening. To our kind and our corporate sponsors, we express sentiments of gratitude and expressions of thanks. And so this evening, as promised, we will listen to the Satyanarayan Katha, and from tomorrow evening we will begin the Garuda. And so this evening, as we prepare to listen to the beautiful Katha, putting God first and walking behind, we bow our heads in prayer. Let us bow our heads in prayer as we turn our thoughts inwardly, praying to that one infinite being who is worshipped on every altar in this world. From him we have come, to him one day we shall eventually return, who know of our present, our past, and our future. Salutations unto thee again and again. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Shri Ganesha Namah, Shri Saraswate Namah, Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Govinda Namo Namah. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kurume Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvara सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। Central leads us in Saraswati Vandana. And so as we pay obeisance to the lotus-like feet of Mata Saraswati, goddess of learning, goddess of speech, goddess of music, goddess of intelligence, Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmai, Paramahamsaya Dhimai, Tanno Hamsa Prachodhyat. Salutations unto thee again and again. Let's clap. Let's eulogize Bhagwan. Everybody together. चित चोदा यशोदा की बाम नवनीत चोदे गोपाल
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 जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला
जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला
जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला
जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला
चित चोदा यशोदा की बार नवनीत चोरे गोपाल
चित चोदा यशोदा की बार नवनीत चोरे गोपाल
गोपाल गोपाल
गोपाल गोपाल
गोपाल गोपाल
गोपाल गोपाल
जय जय गिरिवर्धन गोपाल
जय जय गिरिवर्धन गोपाल
जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला
जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला
चित चोदा यशोदा की बार नवनीत चोरे गोपाल
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 गोविंद हरे गोपाल हरे हे गोपी गोपी बाला गोविंद हरे गोपाल हरे हे मुरली ज्ञान लोला
गोविंद हरे गोपाल हरे हे गोपी गोपी बाला गोविंद हरे गोपाल हरे हे मुरली गान लोला
जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला
जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला
चित चोदा यशोदा की बार नवनीत चोरे गोपाल
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 गोपाल गोपाल
गोपाल गोपाल
गोपाल गोपाल
गोपाल गोपाल
जय जय गिरिवर्धन गोपाल
जय जय गिरिवर्धन गोपाल
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे
मोरिया 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 रे
मोरिया 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 रे
मोरिया 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 रे
मोरिया 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 रे
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे
ओ मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे
ओ मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे
ओ मोरिया रे बापा Muriare. Turn to the person next to you. Ask them, how are you? Tell them, I know you're tired. Tell them. This evening as we prepare for the Katha, an introduction is given to the Satyanarayan Brat Katha. And so, what does it say? Listen. Let us put our hands together. Hari Om Sri Paramatmane Namah Sri Govinda Namah Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. श्री परमात्मने नमः। व्रत करने वाले पूर्णिमा संक्रांत एकादशी का दिन शाम का स्नान आदि पूर्वक करने वाले पूजन का साथ साथ अपने का भी और श्री गणेश, गौरी, वरुण, विष्णु आदि नवग्रह देवता ध्यान करेंगे, पूजन करेंगे। संकल्पम श्री सत्यनारायण का पूजन श्रवण का पूजन पूर्वक करने वाले टेकोर पुष्प हाथों का, लेकिन श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी का ध्यान पुष्प, धूपम, दीपम, नैवेद्यम आदि से युक्त हो स्तुति करने वाले हे भगवान में श्राद्ध पूर्वक करने पल जिसमें सामग्री का अपने करने स्वीकार करेंगे। अपनों का में रक्षा कीजिए। मैं आपको बारंबार नमस्कार करता हूँ जिसमें का सत्यनारायण की पाठ करने वाले अश्वान श्रवण करने। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण, sing with me. नारायण जय गोविंद हरे। Everybody. नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे।
नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे।
It tells us Yogi Raj Narad, after traveling through the three worlds, Yogi Raj Narad, he was troubled by what he saw happening on the earth. And being troubled by what he saw happening on the earth, Yogi Raj Narad could not wait to go back to the heavens. He went back to the heavens and he bowed his head quickly to the feet of Bhagwan Vishnu. And he says, "Oh Lord Vishnu, there is great suffering on the earth. Do you think that there is suffering on the earth? Do you think there is suffering on the earth? Hello? Do you think there is suffering? When last you had the opportunity to visit the hospital, to see how much sick people there are in our institutions? But you're seeing sick people in the institution, but there are many sick people at home who are unable to go to the institutions to help. We live in a world now where even basic necessities you can't afford. Suffering happens. You have to deprive yourself of many things. Yogi Raj Narad, the celestial sage, Yogi Raj Narad bowed his head to the feet of Bhagwan Vishnu. And he says, "Oh Lord Vishnu, I adore you. And with faith and with devotion, I am begging you, not on my behalf. I am begging you on behalf of all of those who are suffering. Tell me, what instruction can I give to them to eliminate, to erase their suffering?" Now listen to what he's asking. He's not saying that he wants to pray for them. He's saying, "Tell me so that I could teach them, so that they can pray for them." Who can pray for you? Who can pray for you? Yogi Raj Narad says, so I can teach them so that they can pray for themselves. The only person that could pray for you is you. Pray for you. Every year when we go out into the ocean, I say to Nigel, religiously. Tell the Murti. Talk. Talk to the Murti. Tell him. He's listening. Every year I say I'm not going in the water. And every year I end up in there. Every year I say I am not going to have any disaster. Look. I secured my foot with a shoe, but I got caught on my hand. Several places. 11 places. On the worst of the worst, I put a plaster. The others are open. Repaying the debt of my own karma. And so to all of us, we must repay the debt of our own karma, our own sin. Tonight, Yogi Raj Narad asking, Bhagwan Vishnu says, I will tell. And so Narad Muni prostrates at the feet of Bhagwan Vishnu. Lord Vishnu, the Shang, the Chakra, the Gadda, the Parma, wearing the Tulsi Mala. Bhagwan Vishnu begins to tell, and he says, Oh Narad Muni, go down on Mrityu Lok on the earth and tell them the only way that they could eliminate their suffering is by praying to me as Satyanarayan. Tell them they will gain moksha from their suffering. Not moksha from your existence, Moksha from your suffering. Moksha means liberation. You'll be liberated out of your suffering if you pray to Bhagwan Satyanarayan. And so tell them they will get moksha from their suffering, great relief. And so Narad Muni goes on to ask, he says, what day is a good day to perform Satyanarayan Katha? What day is a good day? We've heard this before. What day is a good day? Ash, what day? Any day. What time is a good time? In the evening time. Where should it be performed? Under a holy tree, in the mandir, in your home, in your puja room. Any space that is available, sit and pray. He asked, who can perform worship to Bhagwan Vishnu? And Bhagwan Vishnu says, Narad, anybody can pray to me. Tell the person next to you, hey, you could pray. Tell them. You think that you can't pray for yourself, but you are the best person to pray for you. And so Yogi Raj Narad, he goes on to say, then what should be offered? And Bhagwan Vishnu says, offer Mohan Bhog. What is Mohan Bhog? What is Mohan Bhog? He says, offer bananas. Offer churan. Offer tulsi leaves. What is churan again? Grind rice. Tulsi leaves. Offer to me a fruit, a flower, a drop of water. I will accept this. And I will eliminate your suffering, your trouble, your trials. He says, and after worship would have been done to me, then everybody must sit and eat together. Meals should be served. But not just that, singing and dancing and merriment should happen. Is a puja a joyous thing? Should a puja be a joyous thing? Do we enjoy puja? Is there any such thing as too much puja? Sasi? Too much puja? Maybe too much karhi. Maybe too much chana. But never too much puja. Never too much puja. And Narad Muni is very intelligent. Narad Muni looks at Bhagwan Vishnu, and you know what he says to Lord Vishnu? He says, oh Lord Vishnu, has there ever been any being who performed this worship? Tell me the kahani. Tell me the story. Tell me, I want to hear about this being who performed the worship. And Bhagwan Vishnu begins to tell. What is he going to say? The Satyanarayan Vrat Katha is separated into adhyayas. Adhyay means chapters. Tonight I'm going to read the 5th adhyay, the last chapter of the Satyanarayan Katha. And what is he going to say? Sing with me, everybody. Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Om Jai Sadguru Deva
Narayana Narayana Om Satyanarayana Narayana Narayana Om Narayana Narayana Om Satyanarayana Narayana Om Satyanarayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva
Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Om Jai Sadguru Deva
Narayana Narayana Om Satyanarayana Narayana Narayana Om Narayana Narayana Om Satyanarayana Narayana Om Satyanarayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva
Shri Paramatmani Namah Shri Satyanarayan Vrat Katha पंचम अध्याय सूझे बोले हे ऋषियों में हे वीर कथा कथा करने वाले देखो और सुनो का प्राप्ति पल लेने तुंगा ध्वज का राजा नाम तथा करने उसने भी भगवान का प्रसाद हो तंग भूत करने दूर करा पार करने वाले जिसमें का कथा सुनहे. It says that one time there lived a very famous being. He was the king and his name was Tungadwaj. Tungadwaj. Listen to the name. Tungadwaj. Ash, will you name your son that? Tungadwaj? He says depending on the meaning of the name. You see, though the names sound funny and strange and confusing, Tungadwaj. Dwaja. What is a dwaj? What is dwaj? We'll tell in the Devi Yajna. What is dwaj? Tungadwaj, this great king, he was a very generous being. And so he never allowed any of his subjects around him to suffer. Though we try to eliminate the suffering of many people around, they're never appreciative of our efforts. You know that? They take our efforts for granted. They never appreciate it. They're never patient. They always want to go ahead. And they don't want to wait. And sometimes while you are busy trying to help them, they're busy trying to do something else, creating more confusion. So the aid that you are trying to provide becomes of no use to them. Because you see, they're on a different path, different way. Tungadwaj, he loved all of his subjects. Is it possible to love everybody? Let's just pause for a minute. And I want you to be honest when yagya. Don't lie. Tell the truth. Is it possible to love everybody? Dave, is it possible to love everybody? See, that's why I ask him, because he'll tell the truth. Auntie Angie, is it possible to love everybody? Auntie Angie say. You see, sometimes when people say things to you, you have to take it with a pong of salt, not even a pinch. I listened to a conversation between you and somebody else. And you see, I overheard the conversation. And you see, the conversations are so good that it fit in so well. I listened to Bean saying to you that when he sees you, he feels complete. It's like the tulsi in my Persad. But what you didn't know, Auntie Angie, is that we're doing Ganesh Puja and no tulsi is required. You see, sometimes things are said sarcastically. And we take it, and because of the purity in our thinking and the way we are, we misjudge what is being said to us. Not everybody who laugh and smile with you like you. Not everybody who hug you up and say kuchi kuchiku love you. Not everybody who say you're the Tulsi in the Persad really mean you're the Tulsi. Sometime before you see the Persad, you see the Tulsi, and it could have many different interpretations. I'm not saying that was the interpretation. I'm just using the example. Tungadwaj, he showed respect, and so he loved all of his beings. But one day, the great king, he did what all other kings did for recreation. What do you do for recreation? Turn up all the volume on the radio. Huh? What do you do for recreation? Sleep. What do you do for recreation? Go to the beach. Go to the river. What do you do for recreation? Take a drive in the forest and go and look after the bees, Uncle Harry. Huh? What do you do for recreation? Take a trip to Curepe, and then to Point 14, and then to Princestown. I don't like that kind of recreation. I think that is frustration, not recreation. Huh? Tungadwaj, he went, and for recreation, what did he do? Listen, the Katha says, Ekasame kaha purva kahoi, dekar rajan satan hoi, use kaha veera bhagavant hoi, ati kaha krodha hare ati hoi. Jai Deva, Jai 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 Deva, Jai Jai Deva, Jai Sri Deva. It says Tungadwaj went out in the forest to hunt. But as he went out into the forest to hunt, practicing his sport, Tungadwaj saw that there was Satyanarayan Katha happening. And Tungadwaj ignored the puja totally. Do you know long ago it was a tradition that when the old people were passing close to a mandir, wherever it will be, they will bow their head? Do you know it was a tradition long ago that when a funeral was passing, the old people would come outside and put their hand together and say a little prayer? When you hear a funeral passing, you close up the door and you say, I wish Maharaj passed straight. Because you're afraid you're dead too, huh? Tungadwaj, he ignored the puja totally. And Tungadwaj went close by where he could hear the mantras. And so he placed himself to rest on a tall tree. All of the beings in the puja, their mind was not on the puja. Their mind was on the king, who they could see not far away. Though we are here physically, where is our mind? Where is your mind? I had to go to work tomorrow. I had to get up early. I'm tired. Where is your mind? Tungadwaj, everybody's mind was on him. And as everybody's mind was on the great king, what will happen? As soon as the worship was done, they jumped up. And what will they do? Listen, it tells us. Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hare. Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hare. Narayan, Sri Narayan, Jai Gopal Hare.
Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hare.
उसने का भक्ति भाव वालों का देख और साथ भगवान सत्यनारायण का पूजन करने देख और अंबर का देने वाले गए। नमस्कार करते ज्वाला श्री भगवान समय का प्रसाद राका करने वा प्रसाद का टंग अपने का सुंदर नगरी का चलते गए, अपने का चलते गया है। As soon as the worship was done, all of the beings they jumped up and they took their parsad, and everybody was pleased, though, rushing to give their parsad to who? The king. Somebody ever offered you parsad and you say, me I want, now I have plenty. Have you ever said that before? I want no more, I have in the fridge and I have in the freezer, and them children don't eat that, me I want. Real rakshas behavior. Eh? God food, you don't want. You have too much parsad. That's why long ago you didn't get parsad to carry, you know. You got parsad to eat. And you see, when the mother comes into being, we're not going to make parsad to carry. We're going to make parsad to have. When you go into the golden temple, they give you a little bit of parsad in your hand. And you know something? It's the best parsad you'll ever eat. You know why? Anything you get a little bit of tastes real good. Anything you get a pound of, after a few mouthfuls, it doesn't taste good anymore, isn't it? It doesn't taste good anymore. Tungadwaj, seeing the crowd around him, and all he had in his mind was rest and peacefulness, Tungadwaj shooed them away. And he says, go away from here. I don't want any parsad. I don't want it. Go away from here. You see, when I sit here, whoever sits at the baby will always bring the Panchamrit. Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen what I do with it? What do I do? You see, if I say no, it is a mahapapa, a great sin. Because the Amrit is one of the greatest things that you can receive out of the worship. But then when I sit here, I'm not supposed to eat or drink, because that is a pap too. So if I don't receive it, it is a sin. And if I drink of it over here in this seat that is called the Gaddi or the Asan, it is a sin. Then what should I do with it? Darshan do Ganesham Naat Mure Akiya Pyasi Re. Darshan do Ganesham. I take it, I bow, and I wipe it in my hair. One lady said to me, I know you don't like milk, you know. I said, why? I see you wiping all the Panchamrit in your head. It is not that. That's the reason why. Out of respect, I can't say no. And out of respect for the seat, I can't drink here. So I do the respectful thing. I still receive the darshan of Bhagwan. Of course, if you know you're not going home to wash your hair, don't do that. Because your bed might turn into an ants patch. But respectfully, Tungadwaj shooed them away, and he said he did not want. You see, when the Chananamrit comes, never say, I don't drink that, I don't want. You see, when the Persad comes, and when anybody offers you Persad, whether what in your mind you have formulated you're going to do with it, never say, I don't want. No. Never do that. Everywhere I go to the puja, they say, carry an extra one now. Carry an extra one, you go meet somebody. Carry an extra one. I carry plenty extra. But there's some people I say, take one now. And you know what they say? Nobody doing that. They like that. Tungadwaj, after he shooed them away, he went to sleep. And after he slept for a prolonged period of time, Tungadwaj jumped up from his sleep and he made his way back to his kingdom. But as he was making his way back to his kingdom, he saw everybody running everywhere, helter-skelter. And seeing them running, he wondered what was happening. And so seeing them running, what happens? Listen, it tells us, Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hare.
Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hare.
तत्का विश्वास गयो का संपत्ति का पूर्णम पूर्वक का पूजन प्रसाद क्या करने भगवान सत्यनारायण कृपा करने जिसमें का हो गया करने कि सुख भोग करने का स्वर्ग का लोक में गया होते जो मनुष्य का प्रवर का दुर्लभ का देने करने वाले भगवान की कृपा का ध्यान करे प्राप्ति हो गया है प्राप्ति हो गया है. When he reached back to his kingdom, he saw that his entire kingdom was burnt to the ground, to zero, to nothing. I said in the car coming, I never liked the idea of rushing to press something with the heater before you leave home. Never. You know why? Why? You see, if you are doing it, then you might be more mindful and you might ensure. But you see, if you have guests and many people doing it, and then one person has to press everybody else's own and it is confusing, then chances are you might forget. And if you forget, what will happen? Disaster. That's why when you have a little free time, pull out the basket and iron the clothes. Don't have it roll up and chook up, and when you need it, then you go and pull out one piece and press it. And never have that kind of dalidhar thinking. That kind of. Sometimes you go in the basket with the thing roll up and you didn't even know you have some of the thing you have inside of it. When you see it, you say, hey, who is this? Huh? You forget that you have it too. It must never be a culture. It must never be a tradition. It says, Tungadwaj saw that everything was burnt to zero. And Tungadwaj immediately, what will he do? It is a normal human reaction that when there is loss, disappointment, frustration, what will you do? What will you do? When there is a big disappointment, what will you do? Cry. Tungadwaj started to cry. Sometimes it is only human for us to I remember when my father died and I was a little child, I was crying. And my brother said to me, he said, hey, only girls just cry. I never forget that. And one of my aunts said to me, she said, hey, only real men just cry. Don't worry with him, you cry. I never forget that. See, because of the day the conversation was happening, I remember what was said. 30 years ago, I could remember. Tungadwaj, he started to cry. And as Tungadwaj started to cry, Tungadwaj started to reflect and he wondered, where did I go wrong? How much bad things did you do from morning till now? How much bad things did you do from morning till now? Let me change that to an easier, more identifiable question. How much bad things did you say from morning till now? Well, there are some people who could check and still have fingers, and there are some people who don't have enough fingers and toes and need to borrow a few people on. Huh? Tungadwad started to wonder, where did I go wrong? And Tungadwad remembered the Persad. He's remembering on his own. Sometimes you have to remember on your, you have to wake up on your own by yourself. And as Tungadwaj remembered, what will he do? Tungadwaj, who had zero, nothing, he's deciding to worship Bhagwan Vishnu, Satyanarayan. You see, in the time when you have plenty, you forget God. But in the time when you have little, oh God. The mandir, can you imagine? This structure started, worship started here in this place, out in the open, in that corner. Then, under a tent with some pallet. You all know what's pallet? And cardboard over it. Then, we advanced. From that, we went on the seashore with the tent. Then, from the seashore, we got a floor over here. Part of it was cast. And we sat there. Now, we are sitting here. Last year, when we went out there to put the murti, there was no galvanized. It was open. It was an open structure. The first time I sat here, I sat on a stack of bricks. Can you all remember? On a whole stack of bricks. And they said to me, don't move too much. Huh? That brick will pinch you if you move too much. So don't go. Just sit quietly. How can I sit quietly? You know, I just have to do the little hand thing. And now I'm sitting on a chair. But you see, just like in life, elevation has to happen. Growth has to happen. Progress has to happen. Elimination has to happen. Succession has to be planned. Different things have to happen. And so, Tungadwaj, he started to cry. And now Tungadwaj started to prepare to perform Satyanarayan Katha. What will he do? Tungadwaj went in search of bhik. What is bhik? What is bhik? The king is going in search of bhik. He is going to beg. You ever begged before? Hello, you ever begged before? You all never begged before? We're singing every day for the past few days. Pahi, pahi, oh pahi, pahi, Gajanena. We're begging. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, O Lord Ganesh. That's what we're saying. And to soften the heart of Lord Ganesh, Parvati Putra Gaja, you are the son of Mother Parvati. Pahi, pahi, forgive me, forgive me. That's what we're singing. Forgive me, forgive me. You're begging. Forgive me, Lord, forgive me. Tungadwaj started to beg. If you have to beg to do a puja, what do you think you'll get? If you have to beg to have a party, which one do you think everybody will contribute faster to? You don't have to answer. No, you want to have prayers and the ghee is so expensive. Why you didn't have the prayers when the ghee was cheap? Huh? But when you go in the party, it's ghee them, you know. You're not thinking about anything and cost, and You have to get a new outfit and a new shoe and a new hairstyle and new nail. Tungadwaj started to beg. The king started to beg. And with whatever little he received, Tungadwaj decided to pray to Bhagwan Vishnu. I want to say this, and I'm going to say this with conviction. Puja and worship is not to impress God, but it is to connect to God. I read on one of the response or the comments on one of the lives that we only see one family sitting to do the puja. But you see, not everybody who have eyes see. Because everybody in the group is doing puja. Not only one family, everybody is doing the puja. Who will get a blessing? You sitting there, they sitting there, I'm sitting here, we all sitting. Who will get a blessing? Who will Bhagwan come to? Naresh not offering anything, but he's singing. And because he's singing, he might sing with so much of love that he might get more blessing than the person sitting in front of the murti. Robbie fix up everything. Not one evening he's sitting to do the puja. But when you're singing and you're offering and Robbie puts his hand together. And I'm not sure, but I think in his mind he's saying, I'm offering to you too. Who will get the blessing? I'll tell you a secret. I might get in trouble for telling you the secret, but all through the Navratri and COVID and everything, when you saw only one person praying, it was everybody praying. It was everybody with their urni and their mask sitting in front of their murti praying in the same place, the same room. We were all praying together. But you see, if we show everybody, that would be a problem. And if we show one body, that is a problem. And if we show nobody, that would be a problem too. Because you see, some people who have problems look for bigger problems. And they try to create unnecessary problems. And for that, all you have to do with grace, give them a clap. Let's give them a clap, everybody. With grace, give them a clap. Because you see, when you're interesting, you become an interest. When you're on top, you will always be the topic. And so you can't expect to be on top and not be criticized and condemned and insulted and talked about. And not everybody who talk about you talk because they mean well. They talk with the effort to try to tarnish and to bring down. But gossip and foolishness ends when it reaches to the ear of an intelligent person. So let us be intelligent when we listen. And let us make intelligent decisions and formulate intelligent conclusions when we hear. Tungadwaj begins to pray. Tungadwaj has a little. He has begged for what he have. We have all begged for what God has blessed us with. Is that true? We have all begged. Paksha was praying and begging. I want a Benz, I want a Benz, I want a Benz. We begged. I want a nice car. And from wanting one, we wanted more than one, and we wanted and we wanted and we wanted, and God has been good to us, isn't it? But anytime you forget the goodness and the grace of Bhagwan, He has to give a little trouble. He has to put an obstacle. He has to put a challenge. He has to do something to remind you that He exists. And so Tungadwaj sat with little to pray. And as Tungadwaj sat with little to pray, what will happen? Something is about to happen. Long ago when you got the Persad, you got the Persad in a brown bag. You all remember? The brown bag only have enough Persad to cover the surface of the base of the bag. Tinsel. some soaked chana, some grind rice, and a chunky piece of root. You all remember? A grape cut in half, a prune, a little piece of apple, and a little less than a third of a chiquito fig. You all remember that? That's what you got as the Persad. Well, I want to tell you, Mary Pitri Paksha, from tomorrow, that's what you're getting. In a brown bag, just like long time ago. That's what you're going to get. Where you get a mouthful of prasad, that you eat it right away, and you throw away your bag. And then you take the ghee, rub it in your hand so, put it in your hair. That's what you're going to get tomorrow. So those of you listening, I am responsible for the Persad. I have been responsible for the Persad for all of the days. Tomorrow, I'll do the responsible thing and put it in a brown bag to remind you of the good old days. Tungadwaj is praying with little. What do we have to offer to impress God? Nish, what do we have to offer to impress God? You see, we do things, but do we do it with pride and with class and with... You make the root and it come out like fry bake. Sometimes it come out like rock cake. Huh? Because you're doing it because you have to, not because you want to. Cindy said, when you make the root, it come out so good. But it is not that I'm making it because I have to. I'm making it because I want to. And I'm putting my everything in it. I'm not just putting flour and they will tell you, I want to put my own hand. I want to be a part of it. And that's where the blessing lies, in being a part of it. Devotion. And so Tungadwaj praying. What happens? Listen, the Katha tells us. Narayan, Narayan, Jai Govinda Hare. Narayan, Sri Narayan, Jai Gopal Hare. जो मनुष्य का परम दुर्लभ करने वाले, देखो और भगवान की कृपा, देखो धन्य धान्य ही प्राप्ति होगी, निर्दंडानी होते, देखो और बहुर करने मुक्त होते, नभे का जानते हैं, श्री सत्यनारायण की भगवान कृपा होते करने वाले, सब मूरत का पूर्णम हो का वैकुंठ धाम का जानते हैं, विरत का सत्यनारायण कथा देने वाले, जिसमें का 5 अध्याय करने। नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे। Tungadwaj performed the worship to Bhagwan Vishnu, but there was a problem. There was Persad, but there was no bhog, there was no food. And so because there was no food, Tungadwaj and all of those who are participating in the puja, they were forced to fast. There was nothing to eat, and so they were forced to fast. Ever had money but nothing selling to eat? Huh? What will you do? Ever have plenty things selling to eat and have no money? What will you do? The card just wouldn't go through. It not cooperating. Decline. And the people looking at you, you know you have no money and you're swiping. Huh? And then you have to do a little chi-chi. You have to rounds up from everybody. Let me a little thing now. Let me a little thing. Tungadwaj, everybody who was there, they were forced to fast. And so as they were forced to fast, what will happen? But Tungadwaj and all of the beings closed their eyes to pray. Tungadwaj recognized that the kingdom and everything else was intact. And so it was just like an illusion happening, where Bhagwan Vishnu was trying to teach Tungadwaj that when the time comes to receive that which has been offered in worship, you must do it with grace. You must not disrespect not even the Persad that has been offered in puja. You must not disrespect that. When you have a puja at home and it comes to Persad, you're in real trouble, you know. A month after you're pulling it out from your couch, and because people put Persad everywhere. Long ago, you could not lose the key to your brain to throw down Persad on the ground, much less to mash it. I am very passionate about Persad because I know what scripture says. There are many people, you'll ask Ishwar, he'll tell you. He can't be on his phone when there is Persad. I take away the phone. He cannot even talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. You're turning the pot. Do that. After that, we'll do anything else. He will never knock the pot. Brang, brang, brang. But you see, it is the culture. He knows the culture. And that's how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to teach the positive, good culture. But not everybody is appreciative of that. Huh? People get offended when you tell them. They become... Tungadwaj, when he opened his eyes, he recognized that everything was there, intact. And it was just like an illusion had happened. Everything is in your right in front of you. Just to open your eye and see, everything is right there. And as Tungadwaj saw everything there, Tungadwaj made a vow that he will worship Bhagwan Vishnu faithfully. Tonight I'm going to ask a question. Tungadwaj is reincarnated from the Satyanarayan Katha, and his name is mentioned in the Ramayana. Who is Tungadwaj reincarnated as? I'm just asking for a friend. Tungadwaj is reincarnated in the Ramayana. And the characters, the beings who are mentioned in the text, the same beings have taken their plane in the other texts because of their reincarnation and their manifestations. Who is Tungadwaj? Because of the party of Tungadwaj and the relationship that he shared with Bhagwan Vishnu as Satyanarayan, who will be Tungadwaj? Make a guess. In the Ramayana. Naresh, who will be Tungadwaj? Papa has been doing Satyanarayan Katha for 60 something years, huh? Is it? His father. Who is Tungadwaj in the Ramayana? Huh? I can't hear you. Who? Narad? Narayan? Narayan is Lord Vishnu. Narayan Persad is somebody else. No. Tungadwaj in the Ramayana is that boatman whose name is Kevat, who will have the opportunity to take Bhagwan across the river. Kevat who denies Sri Ram the opportunity to get on a boat, because Kevat heard that when Sri Ram took his foot and touched the stone, the stone turned into a lady. And he did not want Rama to touch his boat with the foot, because next thing you know, the boat turned into a lady. He had a wife already. You see, the lessons to be taught in the Katha are lessons that are very applicable to the day that we live in. Kevat had a wife already and he did not want another lady. And Kevat was paranoid because the boat was his living. This was his survival. And Kevat did not want Rama to get on the boat. Instead, Kevat plotted all kind of thing in his mind, and he said, you know, Rama, in order for you to go on the boat, I have to wash your foot first. I can't let your foot touch my boat. I have to wash your foot first to make sure that the thali that you're putting your foot in doesn't turn into a lady. Because if my boat turns into a lady, I'm in real trouble. Huh? See how applicable it is to the day that we live in? Kevat, the boatman, in his previous existence, his name was Tungdhwaj. Narad Muni asked, he says, oh Bhagwan Vishnu, tell me about some of the beings who worshipped you. I want to know. And Bhagwan Vishnu says, some of the beings that worshipped me was Sudama. In the Bhagavad, Sudama. He lived his whole life serving me as Krishna. Sudama. Raja Dasrat in the Ramayana. He worshipped me, for he belonged to the Surya dynasty. He worshipped me, Narayan, as his son, Surya. Who again? King Tungdhwaj. He came as Kevat. Who again? Even other great kings, they worship me. And they specify the name of the kings. But if I tell you the name, it is going to confuse you. And hearing this, what will happen? Narad Muni comes down on the earth. He has heard the Katha. And Narad Muni has made a conscious effort to pray to Satyanarayan, to do Satyanarayan Puja. In the group, it was a tradition that we said that for 5 consecutive weeks, because of the chapters of the, we will go to the home of one particular family, and for 5 weeks we will do Satyanarayan Katha in every given year. We had the privilege of going to Nigel's home, we had the privilege of going to Dave's home, we had the privilege of starting at Cheryl's home. We went to the home of, where else did we go? We did it at my home. Papa Malu does Satyanarayan Katha every month. But it is a tradition of the group that this is what we will do. And the next place we were supposed to go was by Anil and Diane for Satyanarayan Katha. That we will do. This evening, this has brought us to the end of our Katha. Satyanarayan Bhagavan ki Jai. The king, in his next birth, he is born as Kevat, the boatman. And he has the ability, because he prayed and he built a relationship in his previous birth, to be the carrier of the Lord Rama. To have the opportunity to carry Rama across the river to find Mother Sita. Satyanarayan Bhagavan ki Jai. We're going to do the Havan. I'm going to ask all members of the group, come, let's all sit around the Havan. Come quickly. Let's all sit around the Havan. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Ayodhya Vasi Shri Ramchandra Ananda Rupa Jai Jai Ram.
Ayodhya Vasi Shri Ramchandra Ananda Rupa Jai Jai Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana,
माता यशोदा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम।
माता यशोदा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
गोकुल बाला नंद की लाला गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय राम।
गोकुल बाला नंद की लाला गिरिधर गोपाला जय जय राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
ओम भूर्वस्वाध्यानीश्वर भुनग्न्यवाह्यामि स्थापयामि पूज्यांश्च सर्वपापरं देवं गाङ्ग्यं निर्मलं जलं माच्मृम्यादत्त गृहाणा परमेश्वर। ओम भूर्वस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। इदं गात्रेदं नाम मम। ओम भूर्वस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो यो न प्रचोदयात् इदं गात्रेदं नाम मम। ओम भूर्वस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो यो न प्रचोदयात् इदं गात्रेदं नाम मम। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवतानमः स्वाहा। हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
माता यशोदा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम।
माता यशोदा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम। हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
ओम सर्वतीर्थ समायुक्तं सुगंधिं निर्मलं जलम् आचमनम्यादत्त गृहाणा परमेश्वर गृहाणा परमेश्वर। We find the smoke. वनस्पतिर्सुरभूतो गन्धार्यो गणरूतमाग्रे सर्वदेवानां। We all stretch our hands. ओम मनलाय नमः ओम मनलाय नमः ओम मनलाय नमः। हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
So, I need some help. Ashish, can you make your way to the Pinata? Quickly. Ishwar, I want you to go off this stage. Ishwar, by the rope there. Austin, can you come quickly? Where is he? Naresh, come. I need your help. Prabhu, I need your help. Trisha, I need your help. Go there. Ishwar, off the stage. Ash, just move the little table from there. Dave, I need your help. Ishwar, you're going to look at me. You see, you're going to look at me. When I do my hand this way, you're going up. When I do my hand this way, you're going down. But drastical up, drastical down. Pull hard, let me see. Yeah, you really pull hard. Hard means, when you pull hard, it means it's going up. Good. I want you to band the eyes of Ashish. Tie it properly. Cindy, I need your help. Go. Tie it properly, huh? He mustn't see. Ash, I want you to answer, though your eyes are blinded. Turn to me. How you know where I am? I want to ask you, do you think that the world has enough for everybody? Yes or no? Yes. Do you think we have recognized that? Yes or no? No. When we have a pinata, it means that there are nice stuff inside of there, right? But the thing is, when that crashes, the gist is to see who will get the most. So Dave, Prabhu, Cindy, Trisha, Naresh, is to see who will get the most, right? But in order for this to happen, it has to be broken. So Dave, spin him. Spin him in the different directions. Spin him. Prabhu, organize this stick for him. Spin him a little more. He's young. Don't worry. Give him one. Now give him this stick. Give him this stick, Prabhu. Yeah. Ashish, hold this stick. Go ahead. Hit the pinata. Go ahead. Hit the pinata, Ash. Yeah. But you see, that's how life is. Stop for a minute. That's how life is. We're chasing after the gold. But you see, we're blinded by what we expect to gain. And once we are blinded by what we expect, then the expectation becomes high, beyond our reach. And because we want more than we can manage, it is way beyond our reach. So let's lower that. See, go ahead, Ash. Let's see if you could find it now. You see, Ishwar wasn't looking at me. He's enjoying the show. So go ahead, Ash. It's on the ground. Okay. Okay. So unfold yourself, Ashish. I want you to do me a favor. Burst the pinata and allow everything to fall on the ground. Everybody, come. Dave, the gist is to get as much as you can. Everybody, quickly. To get as much as you can. Let's see. All of you, stop for a minute now. Stand up, turn to me. Dave, turn to me. Do you think you have enough? Who you think got the most? Who you think got the most? Trisha. I'm talking to you. Who do you think? That's why she's hiding. Who do you think got the most? But you see, in that pinata, it had enough for everybody here. But you see, in the struggle and in the fight, and in the competition, and in the greed of wanting to have all for yourself, you didn't think about the other person. And when it couldn't fit in your hand, you know what you did? You make a jewelry. See? And that's how life is. Because we're on the quest to acquire. But while we're stretching to achieve, we never remember to be grateful for what we have. We never remember to show gratitude for what we have. And though you have so much in your hand, Trisha's still bending down and picking up. She's still looking to see what is falling. And every time she falls, she's throwing down some, and she's picking up his own too. And that's how life is. That is the story of life. And you know what Bhagwan Vishnu tells Narad? He says, Narad, the world has enough for everybody, but the world doesn't have enough, not even to satiate the greed of one person. Tonight, give them a round of applause. Quickly, go to the crowd and share your sweets. Go quickly. Go, share. It have enough for everybody. Go share them quickly. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram, Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram, Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram, Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram, Ram Ram.
Gokul Bala, Nanda Ki Lala, Giridhar Gopala, Jai Jai Ram.
Gokul Bala, Nanda Ki Lala, Giridhar Gopala, Jai Jai Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram, Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram, Ram Ram.
Krishna Kanaiya, Krishna Kanaiya, 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 Kanaiya Re.
Krishna Kanhaiya, Krishna Kanhaiya, 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 Kanhaiya Re.
Oh Krishna Kanaiya, Krishna Kanaiya, 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 Kanaiya Re.
Krishna Kanhaiya, Krishna Kanhaiya, 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 Kanhaiya Re.
Oh Krishna Kanaiya, Krishna Kanaiya, 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 Kanaiya Re.
Krishna Kanhaiya, Krishna Kanhaiya, 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 Kanhaiya Re.
You see, nobody likes to do the hard work. And definitely nobody likes to do the cleanup. Look. Sometimes you're left in your mess by yourself. But you see, sometimes you created the mess on your own with no help from anybody. And that's where our faith, our devotion, and our relationship with Paramatma, God, comes into play. While we try to be the best friend of those around us, the only true friend we have is Bhagwan, God. And tonight, let us ask Him to always be our best friend. And let us remind Him we will always try our best to be our best. Satya Sanatan Dharma Ki Jai. Let's all stand as we join in the arati. Om Jai Jagadish Hare. Swami Jai Jagadish Hare. भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट जन्मी दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे sing with me everybody
Om Jai Jagadish Hare. Swami Jai Jagadish
जो ध्यावे पल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का।
स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का,
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे,
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे।
कष्ट मिटे तन का।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतरयामी।
स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी,
पार ब्रह्मा परमेश्वर,
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर।
तुम सबके स्वामी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा।
स्वामी पाप हरो देवा,
श्रद्धा भक्ति बराओ,
श्रद्धा प्रेम चढ़ाओ।
संतन की सेवा।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता।
स्वामी तुम पालन करता,
मैं मूरख कल कामी,
मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी।
कृपा करो बरता।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ओ
जय जगदीश हरे।
ओ
जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे।
मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दन, यत्पूजितं मया देवा परिपूर्णं तदस्तमे। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. We pray, Bhagwan, as we have ended our Yajna to Lord Ganesh, and now we begin to worship and to eulogize our Pitris. We ask and we beg that wherever the souls of our Pitras are, may they be pleased with us. And so for the next 5 evenings, as we sit to listen to the Garud Mahapuran, we pray that may the blessings and merits out of that be conveyed unto their souls. And so as these doors are open, if their souls are in trial, tribulation and bondage, suffering, wherever they may be, we pray, may you have compassion upon them. आज अंधेरे में हैं हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। आज अंधेरे में हैं हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। वृंदावन में लाल की जय, सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। तंती चाटा भगवान विष्णु ब्लेस यू। सीताराम 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 कहिए, चाहे बेधीर के राम, चाहे बेधीर के राम, चाहे बेधीर। सीताराम 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 सीताराम। सत्यनारायण भगवान की जय। From tomorrow evening, we'd all listen to the verses of the Garud Mahapuran as we eulogize Bhagwan Vishnu, and we listen to what the soul's journey after death is like and what the experiences are. Tomorrow evening when you're coming, bring somebody with you. Scripture has declared worship to the Pitras is even greater than worship to the Devatas. So come, we eulogize Bhagwan, we listen to the beautiful glories as Bhagwan Vishnu narrates the Garud Mahapuran.